next question is, could you please share your views about the MSME sector in India, the challenges, its achievements so far, and the potential that it carries?
Well, Indian MSME sector is a huge sector. As I just said, the number which are there in the registered sector and the number which are there in the unregistered sector is a huge difference. The challenge is how do we bring the unregistered or the informal sector into the formal sector. I think both our organizations will be working and complementing each other in bringing them into the mainstream, and that is what even our Ministry of MSME has also thought. Why not we say on one data bank that we have these 5 crore or 6 crore units which are existing today. And see, the challenges are into every area. I would not like to restrict. Challenges are there. Do we get the raw materials on time? Do we get the raw materials on competitive prices? Do we get the raw materials as per the quantities we require? Having made the product, where do we sell it? Having sold the product, do I have a rollover finance? So we in NSIC largely segment these into 4 areas: market, credit, technology, and the support services. And support services are largely the intermediary or the information support services. We at NSIC work in all these areas. As I mentioned, we work for raw material procurements, aggregating the small quantities which we have from these SME units, and then entering into a MOU with the bulk manufacturers and getting them at the same prices at which the bulk manufacturer sells, eliminating the middleman and dealers, and offering them also the quantity discounts which we get, thus making them quite competitive. Then we also register them under a single point registration scheme by which they get the benefits of tender sets free of cost, price matching up to 15%, and earnest money exemptions. Having done this, we participate in tenders on their behalf, get them those orders, which we enable the SMEs to supply. Having supplied, if they again require credit for the rollover, we provide that. We raise money from the banks and provide them as per their requirements on very competitive costs, which vary from time to time. Today it is 10 to 11% from the small and the medium, and 9.5 to 10.5% for the micro enterprises. Another challenge which they face is, well, they say we have the very modern machines, but we don't have skilled manpower. So we at our technical centers, one of them is in this campus itself, we provide them training all these machines which are modern. So what we did, we again synergized with the industry. We have tie-up with ABB, we have tie-up with Schneider, we have tie-up with Carl Zeiss, Adroitech, Samsung and the like. The purpose is that we would be training the people on all these machines, on the modern machines, some of them which we are procuring also, and supplying this manpower to the industry, because this is what they require. And this aspect has also been recognized by the state governments, and the Haryana government has already have an MOU with NSIC for setting up a technology incubation center at Neemka in Faridabad, where the Haryana government contributes by way of giving us a building, and NSIC with the investment to set up that center. So this is what we are trying to replicate with the Punjab government also. So this broadly, when we look at the challenges, we do not want that they remain challenges, but if we can provide them a solution to solve those challenges, that is what our aim is.
So my next question is, both Power to SME and NSIC work in the same field, same sector. Now, thanks to this MOU, you choose not to compete, but to complement each other. How will this alliance benefit the micro, small and medium industries?
See, when the intention is to complement and not to compete, so anybody who comes to avail of the services of these two organizations will definitely stand to benefit. And I also believe that the Indian MSMEs are very intelligent, that they would always go to those where they have a cost advantage or where they have some benefit in terms of their overall cost structures. And if we ourselves, when we sit down and we work out the modalities of our operations, I'm sure it will be a win-win situation for the MSMEs which we will be catering to.
My next and last question is, what are your views about Power to SME and the kind of work it is doing, and the synergies that now will be created alongside NSIC and the work that they will be doing, or you both will be doing, for the MSMEs?
See, Power to SME, my interactions with Mr. Narayanan and his team have given me a feel that it's a very professionally run organization. Mr. Narayanan himself is a great professional, and I'm sure the initial meetings will lead to bigger synergies, not only which will remain confined to the papers of the MOUs which we have signed today, but would take the actions of both the companies to far and wide corners of this country and maybe even abroad while serving the MSMEs. That is the intention with which we joined hands with Power to SME, and I'm sure it'll reach places.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.